Hi guys, so I have actually received quite a few requests for this video, and what I'm going to be discussing in this video is some tips and tricks that I use on how I use my planners to help me cope with my anxiety. I have come across a couple of tools that I use in my planners that kind of help me cope on a day-to-day basis. And anxiety is a very serious condition, and it's very real to the people who suffer from it. I know that I'm constantly playing around with different things to help me, and I thought I would do these videos kind of as a series as I come across new things that are helping me that I can share with you guys that may help you as well. So I'm going to share some of the things that, I use in my planners, and it's not an end all be all, but it does help when things get overwhelming and that I need to relieve my brain. And some of the things that I mention in this video, they may not be for everyone and may not make sense for you or make sense in your life, and that's okay. But I just wanted to let you know that if you suffer from anxiety, you're definitely not alone. And I think there's, lots of us out there that just need to know that, we're not alone and that we can all come together and share ideas. So let's get started. One of the first things that I wanted to show you all was something that I do in my A5 size Kiki K planner, and that is my gratitude journal. And this is what it looks like. This is just an example that I made for this video because it is kind of personal to me. So this is what it looks like before it's filled in. I literally just took my stamps that I mentioned in one of my favorite supply videos to make the title Gratitude Journal. I just stamp on 4 lines really quickly. And then this heart stamp is from Kiki K. So this is what it looks like when it's filled in. So I've actually got 4 days. 1, 2, 3, 4 days on a page. And so what I do is I just stamp in the date with a date stamp. And I think of 4 things that I am grateful for every day. And I record the high point of my day as well as the low points. And then on this graph here, I just keep track of my anxiety levels, and I just sometimes I add a few stamps or diary stickers that kind of help document feelings and emotions for the day. I thought about, printing out a template or, creating some kind of inserts to do this. But, I've just decided I'm just going to keep it simple, easy, and fast. And so, me doing this the old-fashioned way has definitely been working. You know what? It's okay. I'm just going to let it go. It doesn't need to look like an art project. It's just a tool to help me track my anxiety levels and help reflect at the end of the day. I like to fill these out, at night towards the end of the day, just to kind of help me, think about the day and really think about the things that I am grateful for, and, help myself see that even if I'm having a bad day, there's still something good that happened, and there's still things that, I can be thankful for. So I do this in my A5, and this is filed under its own section. So I've got a section in here that's labeled personal, and I keep all of my gratitude journal pages behind that. Another thing that I do in my A5 that kind of helps me deal with anxiety is letters. And if I'm having, a bad day, or if I'm having, anxiety concerning a specific person, I will write them a letter without having any intentions of giving it to them. Sometimes getting all that stuff out of my brain and onto paper, it definitely helps. And when I'm done with these letters, all I do is I file them under my A to Z tabs. This is called my filing cabinet. And I feel like, it's out of sight, it's out of mind. I do these 2 things in my A5 on purpose because with the rings, I can remove these pages and I can archive them and keep them for later. And if I use, a regular journal to do that that's already bound, I don't, if I want to move things around or take some pages out, you know, I can't really do that. So I can revisit those when I can. So that's what I do in my A5. And then another thing that, you know, I do recommend is keeping a separate journal for thoughts and feelings and personal things. I write all of those things in here. And what that does is keeping it separate from your planners is that allows you to focus on one thing rather than having the other planner distractions. You know, sometimes you'll just want to grab your journal and not get overwhelmed by everything in your planner. You know, i.e. lack of decorations, to-do lists, seeing things that you did not get done that you had intended to do that can cause more anxiety. So literally I just have my separate journal here that I record those thoughts in. And I also keep another journal separate from my planners. I'm really into music and song lyrics. And music really helps me vocalize how I'm feeling. So when I'm feeling anxious, sometimes it helps to just get on the internet, print off some song lyrics, and write those down. Just copy them down in my journal. It's thoughtless, mindless tasks, and, you know, I feel like that kind of just helps me, you know, just let some things go and get that stuff down. And then, you know, later on, I go back through my old journals and I see songs that I liked at the time, and I can kind of go back and reflect on how I was feeling. So that's what I do there. So I do keep these two journals separate from my planners. And I know that I mentioned in a previous video that I do use two. So in my personal planner, I do keep my week on 2 pages. And what I've discovered in doing that is I keep my decorations at a minimal now. You know, I'll add some stickers, add some washi tape, but I really discovered that I just need to have space to write. And before, when I had way too many decorations on the pages, I felt like I was squeezing things in, and that really wasn't working for me. I found that the best thing that works for me are tick boxes next to my to-dos. And so, you know, occasionally I'll use diary stickers on here to help me keep track of emotions or activities. But what I really like to do is just write down my to-dos, have my tick boxes, and if those items get done during that day, you know, I check them off. If not, I put an arrow beside it and I move it down to the next day. And that system has really been working because I can see, you know, what things I am getting accomplished, and you know, I can see on a day-to-day basis, you know, how I'm doing with keeping up with everything. So I do this in my personal. I also keep a quote section where, you know, sometimes I just need to give myself a pep talk. A lot of times I will, you know, write down quotes and, you know, just different things that, you know, will help me and help encourage me whenever I need to see it. And again, it's nothing crazy fancy, you know, I just, you know, write some stuff down. I've let go of the fact that my planner does not need to be a reflection of my OCD issues, and by letting go a lot of those things, I found that I am enjoying my planners more. I'm not getting overwhelmed. I'm not focusing on all of the supplies and all of the crazy decorations and all of that. They're working for me now, and I'm finding that I'm using them a lot more. So everyone will hopefully get to that point. One of the things that I wanted to mention that I keep in my personal, rather than my A5, is my 7 things in 7 days. And this is what they look like. And this one is blank, and this is just an example. And what I've done is, again, you know, I could have made inserts. I did not. This is all just handwritten, very quick and easy. I wanted to simplify things as much as I could so that I would use it, and I can literally make this page for a whole week in like 4 minutes. I used these masking sticker strips just to separate the days, and I just use a date stamp, and you can use whatever you want for your 7 things. What I've done here is just mood, menu, craving, song, quote, thoughts, and image. And I did this on a personal size page for a reason, mainly just to keep them, again, short and simple. It takes me like a minute and a half to fill it out. And if I don't get any other journaling done for that day, I've got at least some kind of documentation for that day. Instead of like my gratitude journal doing that at night, I like to do these like in the morning or at least before lunchtime, just so that I can record like how I'm feeling earlier on during the day. And this is an example. This is just a sample of what it looks like when it's all filled in. And I keep everything short. And these are just, the 7 things that I've chosen to write down for that day. So I do keep this in my personal. The things that I write on here, they're not as quite, as personal as the things that I keep written down on my A5 items that, that planner stays at home. Occasionally I take my personal with me, so if I am out anywhere, you know what, I can fill this in really quickly, and, it's not a big deal. So, I have 4 days on the back, and I have 3 days on the front, and that is all I do there. So, again, and I keep these in my planner rather than a regular bound journal, so that, I can take these out, I can archive them. They don't need to stay in here. Another thing that's also helped me curb my anxiety a little is not keeping my whole year's worth of inserts. I do keep my month at a glance just so I can look ahead, but I don't keep my week on 2 pages for a whole entire year at a time. I find that it makes my planners way too bulky. And again, I'm trying to simplify my life and trying to minimalize everything and just keep inside my planners the things that I'm going to look at every day and the things that I'm actually going to use. So in doing that, I found that cleaning it out, keeping it clutter-free has definitely helped keep the anxiety levels down as well. So that's all I'm going to mention right now for this video. Please let me know if you have any questions, or if you want to see anything else more in depth. Always please let me know in the comments below. And, again, if you guys are suffering from anxiety, please just know that you're not alone. And if you have any ideas to share with me, or if you have any other video requests, please let me know. And as always, thank you for watching, and thank you so much for subscribing and liking my videos. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Bye-bye.